what entrance examination either in the school or at home. So this is generally for everybody. So if the students are going to write the entrance examination in the school, it's okay. If they are going to write it at home, it's still okay. Although you have watched the exam setup so that you know the best practice to what to apply what in your school. That is the entrance exam setup video. If you have not watched that video, please do well to watch the video again to understand the key metrics to consider before what you decide what if the student should write it at home or they should write it in school. The key thing there is that currently now, as the time of recording this tutorial, it doesn't have what tutoring, that is ability to what record videos and what audios of what the students while they are writing the exam, but it can limit them from performing some key actions like disabling Control P, Control V, developer mode, right click, switching of tabs, just 5 or 6 things that we have implemented to limit what examination what malpractice or make use of the internet, because the system is what fully online. So once it's online, they can access the what internet or any web page they want to access while writing the exam. So it's very important that you watch what that first video on how to what set up entrance exam portal. So let's believe that you have watched the video and let's believe that the students want to write the exam. So your school website, they visit your school website, you are going to see what different options here. You are going to see now what entrance what exam login, or any name at all that we name it in your school, but it's still going to what to become what entrance exam what login. For this case is what just what entrance what exam. So I'm going to what click on what entrance what exam. Now remember that the student default username and password is what their application what reference number is what their what application what reference number. So in order to log in, I'm going to what I've already copied out a reference number to make use of. So I'm going to type the reference number again. So after inputting the reference number, you click on what login what and access exam. So once the students log in, it's going to show them to save or should not save anyone. So entrance examination portal, admission assessment, you are going to what see the student's name, you are going to see the grade, and you are going to see what their reference number. When the student was applying for admission, if they uploaded their passport, it's going to what show in this column here. But since they had not, this student did not upload it, it did not what show. So where compute, that is the student's name that we logged in as. So the system is designed in a way that you can have multiple examination. Probably you have mock coming up. First of all, you can set up a mock for the student to be able to write, or you can set up the exam directly for them to write, so that they will have a taste of it. So this assuming that it's 2 or 3 different exams that have been assigned to this student, you're going to see what all of them here. So you can see what this one is currently available. You are going to see what the duration. Remember, this one is hour, this one is minute, this one is seconds, which means this duration is 10 minutes, and the passing mark is 50% You can see attempt use, which means this exam, the student can attempt the exam 2 times. The student have a maximum of 2 times to attempt this exam, and the duration to write this exam is 20th June 2026 9 a.m. to 26th June 2026 5 p.m. and today's date is 23rd June 2026, which means they can write the exam within this date range. So I want to now write the exam. All I need to do is I will click on start exam. When I click on start exam, it's going to take me to to the instruction page, where I'm going to read the instruction about the exam. You can see if the student's name is here, it will show it. So you have a total of 6 questions, and you have 10 minutes to write this exam, and you have a total of 50 pass mark, and you have a maximum of 2 attempts. Then the general instruction. Ensure you have a stable internet connection before you click on what start exam, which is very important. The timer starts immediately when you click on start exam and cannot be paused. So once I click on start exam, when either that even if I'm logged out by issue of network or anything at all, my time still was counting. It doesn't stop. Do not refresh, close, or navigate away from this page during the exam. Do not refresh your page. Do not close. These are what cases of what examination malpractice that the system can detect and say and flag you as what that you are writing, that you are not doing the writing. Exam will be submitted automatically when the time elapses. Once the time is completed, once the 10 minutes is elapsed, your system will automatically what you are submitted. You can navigate between questions using the previous and next. I'm going to show you that. Use the clear button to remove or an answer from a question before submitting. Once submitted, your answer cannot be what changed. Do not switch the browser tab or windows during the exam. Violations are what recorded. For technical issues, contact the admission office immediately, and this is the examiner's instruction. So the first instruction you see what is what general instruction that we set that is default from our own end from Smart School. Why this one is the examiner when you are creating the exam, there's an option for you to what to input what instruction for that particular what exam. Ensure you have a stable internet connection. Do not refresh. Each question must be answered within the allotted time. Once submitted, answer cannot be what changed. So once the students have done reading all this, they click on what I have read and understood all the instructions. So if without them clicking on this box, the start button cannot start. So for them to be able to click on start button, which means what they have what agreed to these terms and conditions. I have read and understood all the instruction and I'm ready to begin. I'll click on what? Start exam. It's now going to what? Take me to what? We are going to what? To start what? Writing what? The examination. So you can see the timer have started. You can see 9 minutes of 57 seconds. You can see the student's name. You can see the menu bar. You can see the examination body. You can see a total of questions. You can see question 1 out of 6. You can see the total mark. While creating the exam, while creating the exam, while creating the exam, we enable for the student to be able to what to see what they what to be able to see what the marks for each exam. If you notice that the system just automatically went on what full screen, which is due to the reason is that we enabled what do not what exit what full screen, because if you exit full screen, which means you want to be switching to what tabs. So let me show you about the violation. So first of all, let me try to copy Control C, Control C. Okay, I've pressed Control C again. That is 1. Then I will try to right click, that is 2. Then I will try to copy again, that is 3. You can see warning, violation detected. Exam will automatically submitted after what the 7th award attempt. Remember when we are setting up our exam, we say that okay, record 3 violation. After the 3rd violation, show me what notification that what that I violated this error. That is exactly what the system did. I tried to copy, I right clicked, and I also tried to copy again. All these are what's recorded what on the system. So if I repeat it next time, let me say I'll try Control C again. 4 warning, 4 violation detected, remaining what 6 violation remaining. Once it allows the 6, it automatically what submit one my um my exam. So I'm just going to select anything here so that I can complete the 6 violation. Let me try Control C again. I'll try it again. I want to answer the whole question. I'm not reading through. So I'm not going to click on submit. If I click on submit, it's going to what submit normally. But I want the system to automatically submit what my question due to what violation. So I'm going to just be pressing Control C. It's 2 remaining. So this is the last one. Critical many violation detected. The examination can see My examination have been what automatically what be what submitted. You can see it have what exit what the full screen. You can see my examination have been what submitted. So you can see now I have what results pending. Checked back later. So I have what the system have automatically what submitted what my what examination. That is how it works. Once you violate the rules to the maximum number of times, the system will what automatically what log you out from the system, and it will save whatever you have been able to do. That is what you can see. It's what the from what I have answered, I have 53%, which is my best score. I can remember I have what attempts, number of attempts. I have 1/2, which means I have utilized 1/2. So I can still rewrite this exam over and over again. That is what how you students what write what the entrance examination. Thank you. See you on the next video.